Let's get the question. He's going to get a question here. Hold on.
UK.
Okay, I think this is somebody from the UK or outside the United States. Who are we talking to?
My name is Ruby. How are you doing?
How you doing? Where are you calling from?
The UK, just outside of London.
Just outside of London. And what was your first name again?
Lee.
Lee. Okay, Lee from the UK. What time is it there?
About 10:30.
Oh, 10:30. All right. So this is your good night call. You have a question for us?
Yeah, sure. Basically, I've begun to start an online startup aimed at helping charities and not-for-profit organisations with their kind of fundraising opportunities. So the idea behind the site is to allow people to offer their skills, such as like a web developer can offer a website, or someone who's a plumber could offer their plumbing services, to a business or to another person in return for a fixed amount, and that amount is then donated to that person's chosen charity. So I work with a local charity, and the people that we're involved with, we do like stalls and street collections and things like that to raise money. But an average street collection day will probably earn you about £20, so about $40. Whereas if I use my skill as a web developer, I could make up to £300 or $500 for that charity.
I like this idea.
So my two questions really are, I don't want to rip off the charity or the person doing the work for the charity. So what revenue streams are open? And also, from a marketing point of view, there's not many sites, things like Just Giving, that are really in the space. How can I kind of get a lot of people on board and kind of take it to that level where there's, like, thousands of big projects?
This is a very good idea. Yeah, I mean, I like it too. This is a great idea. You basically have stumbled upon, a great realization, which is people will donate an hour, at a school or something, to be a teacher or an after-school counselor, which is a job that costs $20 or $40 an hour, when they have a day job as a lawyer or a designer for $400 an hour, $300 an hour. So there is leverage there, there's arbitrage there. It's a great idea. And your question is, how do you make money from it without, I guess, feeling bad about yourself? There are a lot of consulting firms that charge nonprofits a fortune to raise money for them. We're talking 20, 30, 40, 50 cents on the dollar to get money into these charities. So there is plenty of room to go to them and take 20% or 10% easily to do your service. There's a lot of for-profit, there's a lot of people servicing nonprofits and for-profit companies. What do you think, Roelof?
I think, so you're right, I do think there is an opportunity for you to make money. My advice would be to just be very transparent about it. So just be upfront, we're going to enable you to, sell your services and your specialized skills at a much higher rate, and we're going to take a transaction fee, almost like an eBay might charge a transaction fee. We're going to take 5% or 10%, whatever you think is a fair number that makes, your business model work. Because clearly you want the business to thrive, for it to end up being really helpful to those charities. And just be very, very upfront about it. No cloak and dagger, full disclosure, and given the value that you provide and the quality of the idea, I don't think anybody's going to have an issue with it. I really don't. I mean, people go to charity events and they use credit card machines to swipe the cards, and the charity is paying 3% for the credit card processing because it's fine to pay that fee for the convenience of that service. So I don't think there's any issue with charging fees for it.
There are fundraisers working inside of nonprofits or as consultants to them who get paid $250,000 a year and get a bonus 10, 20% of whatever they bring in, these rainmakers. So trust me, nonprofits need help. In fact, there was a company at last year's TechCrunch 50 called causecast.org, which actually is my brother-in-law. My wife is married to his wife. His name is Ryan Scott, and I bet you he would be interested in maybe working with you on this, or at least could give you some ideas. So if you email me, jason@mahalo.com, I will put you in touch with him and do an email introduction, because it is a brilliant idea, and I think it'll be very successful, and you should get some support for doing it. I think it's a great idea.
And how do you think it's, the second question, how do you, I maybe as a developer, the kind of started up the site and stuff, there's no kind of outgoing cost for me. I can build it all with very low startup capital. But the main problem is obviously getting it from having lots of active projects. So when a person or a business goes on there, they can see that it's a kind of, if it's got 1,000 active projects there, then it's definitely a legitimate site, and kind of building a brand like how people have done.
So for the people who are in the chat room who couldn't hear that, sorry about that, they're having a hard time hearing. I'll restate the question, which is, our caller, Lee, is a developer, so he's going to be able to build the entire site, which, trust me, most people who call into the show don't have a developer to build the entire site, and that's their problem. So that's great that you can build it. But you want to make sure that people believe that this is a real charity or like a real company, and that it's a valid thing. I think there's an easy way to do that, which is go to 10 nonprofits. I mean, it's not easy, but nothing in life that is valuable is easy. So go to 5 or 10 nonprofits that you know and say, would you be on our default donation list, and and as part of that deal, can I put your logos on our site and say supported by or in partnership with these 10 nonprofits, and of course they get the donation. So when you get your 10 lawyers and 10 designers and 10 PHP developers to do donations, they see some validity there. But it's a really great idea.
I think I like Jason's idea of going to the charities, because I think a lot of people want to give to that cause and end up with this. I mean, I've been in the same position where I sort of feel, the value of my labor helping to clean up the school or something, wow, that's a terrible use of my time. I'd rather pay someone else to go do that, and I can go do something even more valuable and net the charity gains. But I have no idea that the charity even has more flexibility. So instead of trying to target the donors, go to the charities, get them to market the fact that you're an available option for them, and help them drive the distribution and awareness. And then the other thing I would do is, through all the messaging mechanisms available to you through Twitter and through Facebook and things like that, enable the people who provide these services to broadcast, because a lot of people are very proud of what their affiliations with their charities, and they want to be able to talk about it and build more awareness for the causes they care about. And so, if there's a way for me to send a broadcast to my friends that I just spent 2 hours helping some great cause, that can just help you with awareness and distribution.
Okay, that was a great call. You're in London, so I don't think you're going to make it here for TechCrunch 50, are you?
No, not quite.
Okay, well then maybe another time we'll see you, or I'll catch up with you when I'm in London, which is usually once a year. So take care. Thanks for calling the show. And how many shows have you listened to?
I started listening around show 3 and kind of caught up, and I've been listening ever since.
Great, awesome. What's your favorite part of the program?
I think the guests, mostly, because you kind of get to see how people have done it from, like last week with 99 Design, obviously starting from nothing and growing organically, but then also you get to see people like Ustream, who's obviously had a little bit of BC as well. So.
Yeah, I like the guest segment a lot. I mean, it's almost like we have 2 shows here. It's like we should do 2 shows, This Week in Startups and then the interview program. It's just too much show. Anyway, thanks for calling. That was a great question. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.